Hey everybody, Pino, the Couch Crusader, coming back to you. I just want to go over another pickups video, and as I said before, I'm going to try to do by console because I have picked up quite a few games most recently. Today we're going to go over some of the GameCube titles that I picked up. It's a great system, released somewhere, I don't have the exact stats, but late 90s, early 2000s. A lot of people remember it, little purple cube is probably the most common. I think it came in black and silver. There's some orange ones, special releases and things like that. But it was a great system. It was the first time that Nintendo had moved from a cartridge system to a CD. It's an interesting one too. As the CDs, instead of being a normal size, they are a little bit smaller. Nintendo's always worried about copyright infringement and bootleg stuff. I'm sure that's probably something to do with it. Partly why the N64 was actually a cartridge-based system, and if you look into the history, Sony PlayStation actually was going to be part of the N64 system until Nintendo said, nah, we're not going to go that way. But that's a whole other show in itself. So just want to go over some of the releases, some of the games that I picked up most recently. I've been doing some garage sale finding and trading and all sorts of different things. So most recently I picked up Luigi's Mansion. This here was a launch title for the GameCube. It was a phenomenal little game. It was the first time Luigi got his first title, all on his own without his brother Mario. It's a little puzzle, adventure, mystery kind of game. Sort of Ghostbusters-esque like, where you go through a mansion, you won a prize and you get a mansion, and Luigi's going through the mansion and it's haunted by ghosts, and you have to scare him with your flashlight, then suck him up with your vacuum cleaner. At the end of every level, you load him into like some large storage bin, sort of like in Ghostbusters. You get him with your proton pack and little holder, and then put him in the large one at the fire station or the Ghostbusters station. So that's sort of what it's like. But this here was a launch title for the GameCube. Mario wasn't even out for a launch title, from my understanding. Mario Sunshine didn't come out to a year later. But by far, this is one of my most favorite games on the GameCube. So I also picked up, at a garage sale a couple weeks ago, I picked up a few titles. Actually, I already traded some in. I picked up, I think, NBA Streets 3-on-3, NBA Streets number 3, which had Super Mario, had like Mario, Luigi, and Princess you could do as a 3-on-3 team. It was sort of a special release for the NBA Streets game. I'm not sure if the Xbox or the PlayStation 2 got any special characters, but I know Nintendo was able to get some of their characters on that game. It was in pretty good condition, but I traded into the shop because I probably won't play through it. And I just figured I'd move the product so other people can enjoy it. Another one that I picked up was Star Wars Rogue Leader. I've actually traded in that copy, but I had one of my own. I've actually picked up a couple of these. One I picked up for $1, the other one at the garage sale. I was picking these up for $3 a piece, but by the time I was done, I was pretty much got them free because I bought some furniture for my wife to redo for the farmhouse thing. We bought some DSs for the kids. They don't know yet. They're going to be birthday gifts. But by the time I was said and done, I pretty much knocked down the price, so the games were pretty much free. So the Star Wars Rogue Leader, it's a fighting, like a sort of a jet fighter, X-Wing fighter game where you go around and you're fighting TIE fighters and different aircraft, and you got to take down AT-ATs or AT-ATs. I'll let you decide. There's a big controversy on that. You can unlock the Millennium Falcon. You can unlock like a Lincoln Cadillac convertible. Yeah, a car, which is pretty awesome to fly around. And then what is it? The oh, you'll have to correct me because I'm probably pretty bad with canon. Is what is it? Django's ship. Yep, I'm pretty much going to get hated on for that. I can't remember. I'm a Trekkie at heart. So, but yes, his ship. One of the last games I got was just in a Blockbuster case, but it's Harvest Moon. Harvest Moon's a fun little game. I never got to play it. I'm not sure if I will play this one. I might trade it in if I can find an original box for it or something. But it's a farming style game. You're always going around the farm. It's sort of like a role-playing game meets farming, and that's what Harvest Moon is. I didn't even play it on the Super Nintendo. So it's an interesting one. I might play it, but it was able to get it for an inexpensive pickup there. So I figure it adds to the collection for the time being. And then most recently, I did just get on Facebook Marketplace, and I was able to pick up a few games that a lady was looking to offload. So I contacted her, and I was able to get 4 awesome games, Mario titles for the kids. I asked her, hey, I'm not really looking for a GameCube. She was selling a whole GameCube and a bag of games. She didn't list what games, but I said, hey, I'm looking for Mario and Metroid. My kids really like playing those games. And it's true. My kids like playing a lot of Mario games right now. And then I like to play some Mario or Metroid. But she said, yeah, I do have some. So I have 2 Mario games and some others. Here's some pictures. So I said, yeah, I'll take the 2 Mario games and the other and see what we can do. How about $30? So she looked it over and she's like, yeah, I'll do that. And she was able, she's like, hey, I have another Mario. I'll throw that in too for 30. I'm like, are you sure? And she's like, yeah. So I was able to pick up Mario Party 6. Mario Party 6, my buddy Steven asked me about this earlier today on Facebook. 4, 5, 6, or 7. I don't know which one's the best. I never was a Mario Party player. But now that I'm a father of 2, we all got in here earlier today and we got to play Mario Party 6. We all had a blast. It's a family fun game. And as a 35-year-old married man with 2 kids, full-time responsibilities and things like that. When you have some video game time, a lot of times it's with the family, and it's great. You can pick up 4, 5, 6, or 7 for the GameCube. I hear they're all pretty good. Most people seek out 4, 5, and 6. I don't know about 7. It's sort of on the back burner for most. And then if you really want the ones that everyone seeks out, on the N64, Mario Party and Mario Party 2, I hear the definitive games of all time. I'm not here to rank them. I just enjoy playing games with my family. So this is a great pickup. It's about $30. I was able to get it part of my $30 deal. Another game I was able to pick up was Super Mario Strikers. If you've ever played Smash Brothers, or if not and you've seen it, or if you ever played FIFA, or if not and you've seen it, this is sort of those two combined. Even with a little bit of Mario Kart, you get bananas, peels you can throw out there, turtle shells you can kick around the field. There's not a lot of substance here for a single player playthrough, but for 4 players to sit down and kick around a soccer ball and do some superpowers and things like that, it's a great, great game. This here is also about $30. The last one that I originally agreed on was Tales of Symphonia. This here is a definitive Tales game. From I understand the franchise, a lot of people still like to play this game. It's a double disc game. And I'm not sure if I'm going to trade it in or play it. It's probably 100 plus hours. I'm not sure if I have that kind of time to commit to this. Like I said, I come out to the garage and play in the fan cave more Mario Party 6 than I probably will Tales of Symphonia. However, I do have a Wii in the bedroom that's backwards compatible, so I might pop it in and play maybe before I go to bed, if like an hour or something like that. But that's like 100 nights straight. So who knows? You can probably put a lot more time if you're a completionist into completing that game. So these are the original 3 that I decided on $30. So I was saying $10 a game. That's a pretty good deal. And each one of these, again, 20 or so, 30, and 30. And then she told me, hey, I have one more Mario game. So I said, hey, why not? And I asked her, are you sure? And so she was able to give me Mario Kart Double Dash. It was loose. My local shop hooked me up with a cover, so I have it in a cover for now. We'll see what I do with it. I actually have a copy of this, but right here is we're talking another $30 game. We're talking about $110 here for $30. So it was a good deal. I was able to pick it up. She was willing to to move them because she wanted to get some money. She sells the GameCube and a few other games that she can sell for to make up her original asking price, maybe even more. So, but I was able to ask her, hey, I'm looking for just Mario and Metroid. Do you have any of those? She sent me a picture, and we were able to negotiate. So always be willing to negotiate with people. Some people want to move product and they don't care what the price is. And a lot of times it's just easier for them to offload it locally than it is to put it on eBay and things like that. So just check it out. Keep your eyes open. Keep them peeled. And you might find some good deals. So for some upcoming segments, I did want to break into a couple different things. I want to give you guys an idea of what might be coming up. My buddy Steven, a different Steven than I mentioned before, contacted me and he says, hey, I've been seeing your posts. I have a Game Gear. I want it to go to a good home. He's showed me a picture and it's like, yeah, by all means, I'd love to take a look at it. And he's like, I think it works. I tested it. It doesn't. But I'm going to go maybe through a review and on some of the things that he sent me. He sent me a bag and everything. And so he might go over a review on the bag and some of the games. Maybe I can get some footage done. I don't have any working Game Gears. I'm currently soldering in new capacitors on mine and trying to get screens to work and things like that. But that's one thing I wouldn't mind going over later. And a couple more things. There's a couple franchises. If you don't know, it's September 24th. Star Trek Discovery had just launched. I just got done watching both episodes on CBS, and it's a great franchise. It looks like big Trekkie. I've seen all the series. I've seen all of the movies, and I like to collect things for it too. So some of the franchises has moved into gaming. There's Conquest, Star Trek Conquest for the Wii. That's an interesting one. Might cover that one a little bit. We even have Star Trek Frontiers, a board game. This here I hear is a great port from another game, but we can get into that later. But I'm a big Trekkie. Along with the Star Realm, there's the opposing faction of Star Wars. Hey, just because I'm a Trekkie doesn't mean I can't like Star Wars. So I was hoping to cover Star Wars, some of the crossovers that it's made from the original franchise into parodies. I just picked this up for $1 at Walmart. To some of the collectible card games that are out there. Star Trek Destiny, the one that, Star Wars Destiny just came out recently in last year, and it's been hot to trot. And even some of the board games that have come out. This here is Risk, Star Wars, the Black Edition. It's got some pretty cool innards there. But we can cover some of those games, how they port over to the gaming industry, and cover it from there. So looks like I have 3 segments lined up. Maybe some short ones, some longer ones, but I hope you guys can tune in for them. Share my passion for games, share my passions for the intellectual property known as Star Trek and Star Wars, and just take a look at that. So until next time, be sure to leave any comments you have, any suggestions, anything I can do to improve the channel. Again, I'm working with what I have, but I'm putting out the best content that I know how to as of right now, and I continue to research to do more. I might do a collaboration video with my buddy Retro J. He approached me on Facebook the other day and said, hey, we should do a collaborative video. And I said, hey, why not? So we might do something like that. We have some segments lined up. But until then, be sure to smash buttons and knock elbows and keep on gaming on. Thanks.